Guys, welcome back to Cross Zone and more sports news today. This is another Aaron Rodgers one now. As you guys already know, the Vikings have chosen to pass on Aaron Rodgers. They are not going to be signing Aaron Rodgers for the 2025 season unless something changes over the summer, which is doubtful considering the way the Vikings usually operate. It's pretty rare for the Vikings to pass on somebody and then get to the summer and decide, oh, wait, we want him. That's just not usually how the Vikings operate. So Aaron Rodgers still has a lot of options. The Steelers and the Giants are the only ones being talked about, but there's like the Cardinals and there's a bunch of other ones that would love his services for a year or two. But the main ones everybody's talking about are the Giants and the Steelers. So apparently the Giants just signed Jameis Winston. Now, I don't know what that means, if they wanted to be their starter or if they're signing him if they're still hoping Aaron comes and Jameis will be a sort of a backup to Aaron. I have no idea what the Giants' thinking is there. But the Steelers are pursuing Aaron Rodgers very hard from what I understand. I haven't been able to get my my hands on any clear numbers that I trust. But they're offering Aaron Rodgers a pretty penny to come to the Steelers. And they're offering him all kinds of perks and benefits. This is what I understand. And again, I don't have details. I can't expand much more upon it than this. But the Steelers really want Aaron Rodgers. And with Minnesota, the only reason Aaron Rodgers is still playing is because he wants to win one more Super Bowl. Minnesota would have given him the best chance to do that. Now that Minnesota's off the table, the Steelers are probably the team that gives him the best chance to do that. Now, the Steelers, I would not call them a Super Bowl team at this very moment. They have a terrible offensive line. They really need to get that fixed, especially if you're going to have a 40-some-year-old quarterback playing behind you. But I'm sure they have plans for that. I'm sure that they've got plans in the works to shore up their offensive line and get things going that way. So you probably will see a much better offensive line from the Steelers in 2025 than you did in 2024. I'd be willing to bet money on that. But the Steelers also have another problem, and that's their absolutely abysmal pass defense. Their pass defense is terrible. Awful. I mean, it reminds me of the New Orleans Saints of the early 2010s. Like, have you guys ever watched the Saints? Anywhere from the year 2010 to, say, 2015, 2016. They had the worst pass defense that I have ever seen on an NFL team. It was awful. I mean, quarterbacks were getting 15, 20-yard passes off on almost every play in some games. It was crazy. And not even the great quarterbacks, too, just like the average quarterbacks. Every quarterback came into New Orleans and had a career game off of them for a good 5 years because their pass defense was just... Go back and watch some old Saints pass defense if you want to know what I'm talking about. Now, I might have been exaggerating. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers pass defense is as bad as the old Saints pass defense. But it's pretty close. I mean, it's a really, really awful pass defense, and they're going to have to get that shored up. I don't know how much money the Steelers are playing with as far as cap space and all that, where they could shore up their O-line and get a much better pass defense going. I mean, there's a lot of good corners in the draft too, but rookie corners make rookie mistakes. So you're still, even if you draft like the best two corners in out of college, they're still going to get passed all over in their first year because they don't know what they're doing yet in the NFL. So they can't exactly depend on the draft for that. They can probably depend on the draft for O-line help, and especially for O-line depth. But the reason I'm saying all that is this. The Steelers have enough of a squad. I wouldn't call them a Super Bowl team, but they have enough of a squad to make a sort of Cinderella run to the Super Bowl. if they get the right pieces and they sign Aaron Rodgers. Now, there would still have to be some luck. Like I said, it's a Cinderella run here. The Steelers, they're not the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? They're not the Lions. But they're a good team that on the right day can challenge you for your title. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, the Steelers are the only team left that are interested in Rodgers that have any chance whatsoever getting to the Super Bowl. The Giants, they're a good 10 years away from the Super Bowl, the Giants. Like, they're not getting to a Super Bowl anytime soon. So, that's that. But we'll have to see what happens. My thought is that Aaron is going to sign with the Steelers. He's going to take whatever they're offering him, which I don't know what that is, but I heard it's some big money. And he's going to help them. And their offense is going to look a lot better than it has in quite a long time. Whether that takes them to the Super Bowl or not remains to be seen, and it probably won't. But they'll still field a much better product than they have in the last few years. That's what I got for you today.